See, the word karma means action. In desperation, people say what to do, this is my karma. But we talk colloquially about karma, it's so far away from the reality. There is an individual karma and there is a karma for the whole community, society and nations. That is why Lord Krishna said, Gahana karmano gati. The way of karma is unfathomable.
Gurudev, if I get a negative thought and I don't act upon it, does it still create karma?
Every day millions of thoughts cross your mind. But if you hold on to some thought, identify with that thought, that forms your karma. The Lord Krishna says, if someone's intellect is not sticking to any action, even if he destroys the whole world, he will never get any karma out. It is not an easy job to do an action without that impression getting into your head. If you do it, then you are Lord Krishna.
I know some people who are positive and everything goes wrong. Some people are negative and everything is perfect.
We cannot see one's action and cause of the action with a limited framework. Reality is not like that. I tell you, the existence is illogical. It transcends logic.
Gurudev, what is karma? Are there different types of karma? And do they all have the same intensity or are they different?
See, the word karma means action. Karma means what? Action. Action is of three types. What is that? Action in the seed form, and the action which is in function, and then the same has an impact. So all three are called karma. The action in a seed form is also karma. The action which is acting now, which is alive, is karma, and then the impression it leaves is also karma. So in karma also there are various types. Prarabdha karma means what I have acquired from the past, the impressions of my action in the past, they are called prarabdha karma. Sanchita karma, sanchita means that seed form which you have gathered. Agami karma means the karma which would give fruit in the future. And prarabdha karma which is already started yielding result. Now, it's like this, if there is a seed, you roast the seed and it will not sprout, right? So, these sanchita karma are like the seeds which can be roasted, means which can be done with. You can erase those karma, sanchita karma. For example, you have the habit of drinking coffee, and one day you can say, no, I don't want to drink coffee. Now, agami karma is what? That habit of drinking coffee, when you're not doing it, it causes headache. This is again coffee karma. The impression pulls you in that direction. You have to drink coffee. But you can say no. So, agami karma and sanchita karma, both can be nullified. You know, you can create a grape wine without any seeds in it. That grape will never sprout. But the prarabdha, once a karma started yielding result, that you have to experience. See, you can prevent a disease from coming. But when a disease is already there, you only need to cure it. You cannot prevent it when it started already, it is manifested. So, prarabdhas are those manifesting karmas which need some remedies, no doubt, but cannot be nullified. I'll give you another example. Suppose you make halwa. When you make halwa, if sugar is less, what do? You add more sugar. If ghee is too much, what do? You put more suji. But once the suji is already cooked, can you reverse it? Not possible. Like that, even in the prarabdha karma, whatever you have got from another lifetime, those impressions are there, and when they start manifesting, then you can always have a remedy for it. Karma is not fatalism. We should not think it is a fatalistic attitude. You see?
Gurudev, we have so many impressions from the previous lifetimes. So what decides which becomes the prarabdha for this lifetime?
You see, you have so many impressions from the past, but the strongest of the impression will stay. Other impressions will wither away, fade away. Now if I ask you, what did you have for breakfast? on 1st of April. You had breakfast, you know, but now you don't remember them because it has not made an impact in the consciousness. So the stronger the impressions, those will stay as karma. And that too, over a period of time, they wither away. So nothing stays forever.
Gurudev, we were talking about prarabdha karma. So what is the need to carry forward the previous life's karma to the next life? God would have been compassionate to start every time with a clean, fresh slate. Especially if I don't remember any good or bad karmas of the previous life.
Why do you take away the fun? If everything is clean slate, what is there to move on? Why should anything move on even? It's not God who is sitting there and telling you, you do this karma, not do this karma. Action is part of existence. Without that, there is no existence. And impression of action is what our mind carries with it. So whether from this life or another lifetime, from anywhere, it is habituated in carrying those things. But when it gets rid of all that, that is nirvana. When mind is clean, like a child. A child does not very quickly absorb all the impressions. You see? It wipes its slate quite faster. Up to some age only. But then the impression starts mounting on it.
Gurudev, you say karma is action. So not doing something is also karma? Or thinking and feeling, is that also karma?
Yeah. Thinking, feeling, everything is karma. Feeling is also karma, definitely. See, it's all energy. Thoughts are energy, emotions are energy, our body is energy. When you see from energy level, everything is energy. And there is nothing like emotional karma or thinking karma or energy karma, these are all nonsense. Everything is energy, even body is energy. So body is also karma, prarabdha. Our body is the prarabdha, best example for prarabdha. You have acquired. See, your height is your prarabdha. But your weight could be your sanchita karma, agami karma, that could be changed. You can become thinner or fatter. So you have choice there.
Gurudev, if I get a negative thought and I don't act upon it, does it still create karma?
No, it has not created ripple of karma. You don't try to get rid of the negative. Be a witness to the negative. Then you are already out of it.
And in which form of is karma more binding or powerful?
If you think, oh, I got this negative thought, and when you start owning the negative thought, that is your karma. But if you say, a thought came and went, and don't bother about it, it doesn't form karma to you. Otherwise, every day millions of thoughts cross your mind. Sometimes you go to some place, maybe some thoughts there that causes your mind. So then you cannot say, oh, all this is my karma. But if you hold on to some thought, identify with that thought, that forms your karma. This is my thought. Oh, I had this negative thought, I am having negative thought, I continue to have, then you got the karma. वो कढ़ाई में हलवा लगा के वो करते हैं ना, घुमाते हैं, वो तब तक घुमाते हैं जब तक वो कहीं चिपकता नहीं. चिपक जाए तो वहाँ लग जाता फिर वो. ऐसे मन में चक्कर, साक्षी बनो है सबके.
If somebody has earned a karmic debt by being nasty to me and then I am giving back, and there's a karmic cycle that happens. Now, where does this end? Does it go on self-perpetuating?
See, the karmas stick to you if your intellect, if your mind is caught up in it. You must read in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, if someone's intellect is not sticking to any action, even if he destroys the whole world, he will never get any karma out. It's your intellect which gets the photographic memory of everything. That impression is what stays with you as karma. If you are like a mirror, mirror doesn't catch any impression. But if you are like a photographic screen, you will catch. Yasya buddhir na lipyate. Once whose intellect does not get attached to any circumstances, event, and see everything as a play, as a joke, as a hologram, then you are not getting any karma at all there. That is why when in nirvana or enlightened person, they don't get any karma. Why? Because they are like the mirror. A mirror does not hold on to any image. Though images are there, and the moment the images move, mirror is remaining clean as mirror is empty. Yeah. See, you are walking and you have walked on some ants without your knowledge. You don't have to say, oh, my karma has come, karma has come. But if you intentionally harm anybody, and that impression is in your mind, then you have got that karma.
Gurudev, you said that the impression of the action is what creates the karma. What if people have done horrible things? Like there are some terrorists who really believe in their cause and they kill many people. If they believe in the cause and they're not attached to the action, will they pay for their crimes in this? Will that karma be there or no?
Don't think they are a witness to their action. That is a very evolved state of mind. In that state of mind, you don't even do that. If you are causing pain to somebody, and that vibration definitely hits you, and it hits your body. So that man or that person, a terrorist, cannot say, I am not doing anything. He is doing. When the doership is there, karma definitely is there. Terrorists will never say everything is happening by itself. He has rage, anger, and hatred. So that he already has impressions of those. It's going to bounce back to him.
Is there a connection between one's karma and the grace that they receive? And again, going with this terrorist example, if some good things happen to a terrorist, is it divine grace or is it their karma?
See, you must remember that a person whom they may be a terrorist, he might have had some good karma also. You can't say he had only bad karma. He could have done some good karma. That is why Lord Krishna said, Gahana karmano gati. The way of karma is unfathomable. It's so deep, so vast. Which karma is giving him comfort? See, when we say good karma, bad karma, what do we mean? A karma which brings you misery, you call it bad karma. A karma which gives you comfort and happiness, you call good karma. But even this changes. What you thought is good or sometime back, later on turn out to be a bad thing for you. So what you considered to be bad luck at some point of time turns out to be good in the course of time. And what you considered as good turns out to be bad. Bad turns out to be good. So happiness and misery, these are all part of life, and that's part of karma. Action is karma. The cause of action is also karma. Again, in a larger picture, there is nothing called good karma, nothing called bad karma. Action is action. Action has its consequences. Jainism, that's the main thing. Action has consequence. So, in Jain philosophy, they didn't even spare Krishna. He was the cause of the war, so he is in the hell now. But Krishna doesn't agree on that. He says, because I am not a body, I am not the doer, he knows. So it is a very different understanding. It is not an easy job to do an action without that impression getting into your head. If you do it, then you are Lord Krishna. Nothing short of Krishna. You are perfect yogi. That's why Lord Krishna says that everybody knows he is married and he had wives, 8 wives. And then he says, if I have been a brahmachari, let the Yamuna part ways. That is very, very high state of consciousness.
Where does grace fit there, Gurudev? Grace and luck?
Grace is altogether a different thing. Right? The grace which helps one to rise above the karma. Don't think grace only makes the bad karma into good, good karma into bad. No, it helps you to rise above karma. It brings you freedom.
So, Guruji, who receives that grace? Does it depend on that person's karma, or it is independent of all of that is happening?
A little bit of both. If it is only karma, you will say it's just a fruit of the karma, then where is grace? The grace has no meaning if it's only as a result of your karma. But grace is because it is ahetuki, means it is unconditional.
But conditional.
See, that condition is you are a human being.
But that getting onto the path is karma, right?
See, there is nothing which is outside karma. No existence can be there outside karma. Except the consciousness which is just a witness. Atma ka koi karma nahi hai. Atma has no karma. Only Jiva has karma.
And Guruji, how you interact with us, does it depend on our karma? At that point in time, how my time or karma is that how you'll respond? Or your action towards us is independent of everything?
It is both, a bit of both. Many times it is completely independent of who you are, what you are, whether you deserve it or not, all that. That you call grace. But on the other hand, there is a time for everything, and the right time, right things keep happening. See, you are thinking in a linear angle. For you, white or black. I say, no, it is grey. You want to put everything in a box and say, oh, everything is karma, so my coming to meditation is also karma, my meditation is also karma, my blessing and grace is also karma. You want to put everything into one box. Reality is not like that. It's not, it doesn't fit like that. I tell you, the existence is illogical. It transcends logic. It's beyond that. That is why, yes, you say yes or no. Yes, most of your activity, most of what you get is all karma. And yet, yes, there is something called grace, something called blessing, something that just drops on your lap. That is also there. Don't say either this or that. Don't have to tie everything into one concept. That is why there are 5 qualities for Ishvara. What are they? Srishti, creation, Sthiti, maintenance, Laya, Tirobhav, means hiding, and Anugraha, grace, blessing. Now you want to put everything into just Srishti or Sthiti, Laya. There is something beyond that also. Tirobhava is also action, that is hiding. And then Anugraha, grace, blessing.
Connected to that only, Krishna told Arjuna, I have taken all your karmas. Can you throw light into, is it just grace? How does that happen?
Yes, he says your sins, you cannot clear your sins. You have something on your back you cannot get. You need something else to scrub your back. And when your hand is dirty, with a dirty hand you cannot clean another dirt. So Krishna says, I am here to wash you off all that. But at least listen to me. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami mashucha. Don't grieve, don't worry. I am here to take away your karma, your sins. He doesn't say, I'll take away all your good karmas. He says, your sins. So a sinner should not try to rub and get their sins out. You cannot. That is where you give up, you surrender.
So Gurudev, when a guru frees you of your karma, at that time what happens to the karma? Does it just evaporate or does a guru take it on?
Oh, look. A room is full of darkness, you bring a light. You ask me, where did the darkness go? Where will it go? It simply doesn't exist.
Sometimes, Gurudev, there is a mismatch between your opportunity that you get, the capability that you have, and a position that you hold. So, what is the role of karma in this, Gurudev?
See, you have a sankalpa. Your sankalpa cuts through the karma. See, it's like, it's raining, that is the karma. Now, you take an umbrella and you go, you don't get wet. You counter that. That is why all this japa, meditation, all this is there. They're all to counter the karmas. That's why it's not a fatalistic concept. Oh, everything is karma. And, oh, it's raining. Oh, I have to get wet, and that is my karma. No. Take an umbrella, go run to a shed, and find yourself in a dry place.
But when I take a time-bound sankalpa and put all my efforts towards it, and no desired results are visible, is it because of my karma or lack of efforts, or somebody else's vikalpa?
It could be both. You just took a sankalpa, you may not have put enough effort.
Somebody else's vikalpa also goes.
Vikalpa also impacts, yes. You know, that's why many times when you go out of house and someone says, don't go, or why did you go? Grandmothers used to say, hey, kya ho gaya vikalpa? Then they'll return back. They say, sit down. So sometimes when you do some big or good work, you say, don't tell people. You can put vikalpa. But that is a very minor role, of course, vikalpa.
Everybody's sankalpa or that will is not always that strong, right? That strength, because sometimes it's so weak that it just wilts. So that strength comes from where? I know some people who are positive and everything goes wrong. Some people are negative and everything is perfect.
No, that's why, you know, again I say, gahana karmano koti, because in the past there is something they have done. You know, we cannot see one's action and cause of the action with a limited framework. You have to expand that. Then you will see, oh, this is the cause for that. Though he is doing something completely opposite now, but in the past he has already some bank account. So that money is giving him now. Right now he is totally unemployed, he has no money. He had forgotten, he has given money to somebody, and that person comes and gives. So he says, oh, I didn't do any work, I got the money. You had parked your money somewhere, now that person has given you back, now you are comfortable.
Gurudev, you had said about Kal ka anubhav karna hi dhyan hai. Is that the same state as not getting impressions from your action?
Krishna says, Kalosmi lokaksha, I am the time, where things come and emerge and merge. The present moment is where things emerge, and that is where everything merges, no? The past merges, future emerges. Where does it emerge and merge? In the present moment, and I am that time. And knowing the time, that itself is meditation. Acknowledge it now. Remove all the events from now, the impressions of the events from now. You feel its infinity, and it is deep and infinity. Timelessness comes.
Gurudev, talking of this further, like in the life of avatars, we say it's a game, it's a leela because they are outside the ambit of karma. But then if you look at the life of Lord Rama or Krishna, some aspects of their life, like how he left his body, Krishna, because he killed Bali in a certain way. So then we say that's a consequence of karma. So how come one aspect of life is game or leela, and same person when they're acting, certain other actions come under ambit of karma? It's like confusing.
See, the way of looking at things. Now, as I said, some prarabdha karma will be there. But that does not affect the person. This is called lesha vidya. As long as the body is there, you cannot 100% get rid of all the karmas. So, the Vedantis give an example. Suppose you have a ball of butter in your hand and you throw the ball of butter, but still the mark of the butter still remains in your hand. So that is called lesha avidya. A little bit of some karma has to be there because this is karma bhumi. And body itself is a karma, prarabdha karma. Because of the body, and that Krishna also was physically there. And he says, I have no karma, but still I perform karma because I want to show the path. I want to show the way. I have nothing to do, I have no karma, still I keep acting because people will follow me. Whatever I do, that will be followed. It's very intriguing, yet it's very deep. So you need to understand this from many dimensions.
Does enlightenment means zero karma?
Enlightenment means getting rid of all sanchita and agami karma. But prarabdha karma little bit remains as long as the body is there. Yeah.
You said karma means not to be fatalistic, but when the Nadi people, they write it on that patra, they write for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. So is that system wrong, or that can be changed?
No,
or
they also give you remedies. Otherwise, Nadis will not give you remedies. They say, okay, do 16 Mondays, this vrata, or put jal abhishek to Shivling, or you do the pradakshina of this tree, or put 5 neem tree somewhere. If it was fatalistic, then that one section of upaya will have to be completely abandoned. It is like giving you the entire GPS. The whole system is shown in front of you. You do upayas, these are the possible things that might happen to you, but you do upaya, you can nullify those things. And finally they say grace, in that also they say God's grace be there and all will be well. Every action has limited sphere of impact. ये नहीं कर सकता अब आज खाना खाया तो मैं कल भी मुझे भूख नहीं लगेगा, एक हफ्ते बाद भी भूख नहीं लगेगा, ऐसा नहीं लगता. सो जो कर्म करते हैं उसका इम्पैक्ट कम समय के लिए होता है. भगवान कृष्ण ही गीता में बोलते हैं तो अलग अलग देवताओं की पूजा सब करते हैं, वो अपना अपना कर्म फल देते हैं दुनिया में तुम्हारे कंफर्ट के लिए, मगर ये क्षणिक है, थोड़े समय के लिए रहता है, हमेशा के लिए नहीं होता. इसलिए कम बुद्धि वाले इसी में फंसे रहते हैं. अंतवंत फलाम तेषाम, ये सब कर्म का फल अंत होता है. एक बार किसी ने कुछ कर दिया उसका पूरा जीवन भर रहेगा, ऐसा नहीं, पर वो समय समय पर उसका सब करते रहना, उसका असर तो होता रहता.
Are the positions and the actions of the devas are also because of their karmas?
Oh yeah, devas also have karma. Devas also have desires. Devas are not free from desires.
Gurudev, is it our karma that decides the kind of desires we have? Could you speak about the relationship between karma and desire?
See, desires arise due to many factors. Your company, your food, and your fantasies, your attention, all these can cause different desires. And nothing stays, these desires, they come, they go. Sometimes it becomes a pattern and they keep coming. So these are, they form karma, desires form the karma. And so, it's you cannot say something is not karma because action is so prevalent. You cannot say this space has no atoms. Can you say this space has no atom? Like that. Actually, if you have heard, the latest Nobel Prize in Physics went to somebody who said the world does not exist. This is what we have been telling. So when the world doesn't exist, no karma exists. There is no individual at all. What appears to be individual is just waves. Whether the wave has separate existence than the ocean. What exists is only ocean. And here this wave is big, this wave is that way, that wave is this way. And then you attribute karma and this and that, everything. So when you see from the true point of view, real point of view, nothing exists. So when nothing exists, nothing is ever created. So nothing needs to be maintained and nothing dissolves. So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, sab gaye. They are out of job. So there is nothing, no other thing exists. That is what nothing. Nothing. So when nothing is there, no karma, nothing.
करो कर्म अपनी ओर, पूरो सकल जग की आस, कर्म सकल तव विलास.